When you are looking at a piecewise function, and it's piecewise defined function, then you have two or more parts to the graph. Now, this right here, x's are greater than, those are the domain values, your input values, correct? And that tells you that you are splitting your graph into two different parts. If there are three pieces, then you are dividing your graph into three pieces. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Okay. Since this is where I'm splitting my graph left and right, I'm going to put that number, 0, in for this first value. Well, what is 0 squared? 0. And x is less than 0 is which half of my graph? Left or right? Less than, left. So I'm going to start at my 0, 0, and then I'm going to go left. What is a negative 1 squared? What is a negative 2 squared? If I am less than 0, then this is the section of my graph that I'm on. All right. Now let's jump to the other one. If x is 0, 0 squared is 0 plus 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. And this, by the way, should have been an open circle. Nobody caught that, so no bonus points. X is greater than or equal to 0 is equal to, so that is a solid line because it's equal to. And x greater than or equal to 0 is the right side of the graph. Correct? If I substitute in a 1, what's 1 squared? Plus 3. If I substitute a 2 in, what's 2 squared plus 3? And I'm on that part of the graph. And guys, these are parabolas. They are not straight lines. So you need to make sure these are curved, not straight. These are not absolute values. So do you see kind of like the parabola? It's this half of the parabola and this half of the parabola. If you put straight lines, I will count them wrong. All right, let's look at one that doesn't have an X in it. That seemed to bother a lot of people the last time we looked at it. And this one has 3 pieces. So we're on the negative x squared if x is less than 0, between 0 and, 0 and 3, or x is greater than or equal to 3. So again, I'm going to go to my 0, and I'm going to put in a 0. Well, 0 squared plus 2 is what? Open circle. Less goes left. If I put in a negative 1 squared, I'm at 1. So negative 1 plus 2. And my graph is turned upside down. If I put in a 0, there is no place for me to put it, so I'm at what number? I'm at 2. If I put the 3 in, where am I? There's no x for me to put it in, so where am I? It's not a plus, it's just 2.
Another circle dot instead of a regular dot.
I did.
It looked like a dotted dot.
Okay, so the first one is an open circle, but the second one fills in the circle at 2. This one opens the door, this one closes the door. If I put the 3 in, I'm at 2. This is the open circle. There's no line underneath this one, so there's the open circle. When I go to x equals 3, what's 3 squared? 9 minus 7. See, there's a line underneath that one. It closes the door. Now I need to pick a number to the right of 3. Well, 4 squared, 16 minus 7.
Wait, 16 minus 7.
16 minus 7.
9.
All right, so I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that tells me that I'm curving, whoops, this way. So it's this crazy plateau, then going up graph. That one's rough. So let's go over it again. I started with a 0 because my 0 is x is less than 0. No line. So when I put the 0 in here, negative 0 squared plus 2, I was at an open circle at 2. I put in a 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 1, so that tells me that this part of my graph is a parabola going upside down that direction, to the left. Are you okay with that one? Then I look at the second part, and it says I also have a 0, but this is just a number 2. So when I go to 0, 2, this is or equal to, so I had to fill in the circle at 2. It was open, but now I filled it in. It cannot be a function if both of those are equal to. So one of them has to be open, the other one closes it so that it passes the vertical line test. Then I have a 3. Well, then I graph the point 3, 2, and it makes a straight line going across from 0 to 3. Then I drop down to the other one. 3 squared is 9. 9 minus 7 is 2. Closed circle. And then I pick a 4 because it's to the right of 3. 4 squared was 16. 16 minus 7 was 9. So it caused my graph to go up pretty quickly. And now I have 3 parts to my graph. Better?